What is going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today, you know what? We got a countdown coming up to the 6th anniversary, so I thought, let's speculate a little bit. What are we going to see for, well, what is like 99.9% confirmed to be a Ui Goku of some type, and then probably a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is going to be the second unit. I mean, that's what most people think. I mean, Goku and Vegeta sell like hotcakes. The only thing that outsells them is fusions, basically. So, but I'm not alone today. I am joined by the one, the only Sly. Go and say hello, man.
Hi.
And if you guys don't know who he is the biggest Kefla fan you will ever find in existence, basically. So
thanks, June.
Yep, he will defend her left and right no matter what you say. So
the only one who rivals me is Truth.
I would put you above Truth, to be honest.
Yeah. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. So
my new favorite.
Oh, sweet. Now I've got a favorite. All right. So anyway, guys, so what we did today is over the last couple of days, he and I both made our own concepts for both Goku and Vegeta about what we thought they would do. Leader skill, passive, super attacks, active skills. Sly even went into like links and categories, but honestly, I just simply am chalking it up to your generic Super Saiyan Blue Goku or Vegeta and UI Goku links, because they haven't really changed over the course of what, 5 years or something like that. So
I don't know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So anyway, you are the guest today, man. So why don't you go ahead and give us your well, we can just one of two ways. How about we can either do leader skill, then my leader skill, your passive, then my passive, and so on and so forth, or you just go through the entire card yourself. I'm gonna have it up all on the screen for you guys. Which way would you prefer to do it?
Probably going one at a time instead of like reading out the entire thing, and we just do like leader, passive. Okay. All
right, so let's go do that. So obviously up on the screen right now, you're seeing leader for UI Goku. Sly, what do you got for yours?
All right, so I actually made him Super AGL as well because we kind of need it for Super AGL, believe it or not. So his leader is a new category that I came up with called Will to Protect. So I'll just briefly explain that. It's like, you know, like kind of like Gohan's like thing, like he protects the earth and all that jazz, you know. So Will to Protect or Realm of Gods, key +3, and then I did 170% across the board for both.
All right.
So I took the 5th year LR leaders and I just made it 120.
All right.
Or 20% higher. All
right, I can get on board with that. Okay. For my personal leader skill for Goku, I went with kind of a limit break category. You know, a very generic name. I know it all. You know, it can be translated or be changed however you want it to, essentially. But I just went with a kind of more generic limit break category because that's literally what he is doing, essentially. You can even call it like ascendant category. You can call it whatever you want in the end. So for him though, I said, so either a limit break category or Realm of Gods, key +4, stats up 150 though. I only went to 150. And the reason I did this was because I kind of took a leaf out of the Angel Golden Frieza's book, the transforming one that we got a few months ago, where he was 4 key to revive warriors and otherworld warriors, key +4, and then stats up only 150. So I kind of took a page out of that book, hoping that maybe they'll bring that back, because 4 key, I think for LRs is a lot more impressive than some huge high attack stat. So that's what I personally went with.
Okay. So for my passive, I called it Unbelievable Ascension because, you know, normally a mortal can't do what he's doing.
Right.
So I gave him, well, as I get more into the kit, you'll understand why I have this passive. So his is attack +200% at the start of the turn.
Okay.
Great chance to evade incoming enemy attacks, including super. So that's 70%, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So his attacks always connect, and as long as you're facing a Realm of Gods category enemy, attacks will be super effective against all type.
Okay. All right. I can get behind
that.
All right. I can get behind that. Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. For my passive personally, I have attack and defense up 100% at the start of the turn. Great chance, which is super high chance if you come from seeing the Japanese kanji all the time. Chance to dodge all attacks, including super attacks. And then I said for every attack that you receive, you get defense +7% for a total of 70%. So this is kind of like, you know those moments when you're playing, you're like, dodge. Why the heck did you not dodge 3 times in a row there? Essentially, right? So I'm kind of, you know, making a kind of a bit of a buffer for that, where I'm like, okay, look, he's got that great chance to dodge, but if he doesn't happen to dodge, he does get hit, your defense goes up a little bit, which is pretty nice. And then I said, when facing a USS category enemy or extreme enemy, super type or super effective against all types. So basically, if you're fighting extreme units or a USS category enemy, then you'll be super effective against all types or the passive.
Okay. I'll do both of my supers. So,
yeah, go ahead and do both super attacks right there.
So for the 12 key super, it's called Godly Wrath. Greatly raises defense, so infinitely plus 50%, and then causes colossal damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense.
Okay.
And then the 18 key super is Limit Breaker, God Kamehameha. Greatly raises defense, causes mega colossal, and greatly lowers attacking.
Okay.
So because of his supers, that's why I only went with attack, because he's just going to be stacking it anyways.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, it makes sense, right? You give him mostly attack and everything, and then it's like, oh, by the way, but with the supers, though, that's where he's going to start getting the defense and everything.
Yeah.
So,
because I know that with the Ink Goku Black, like one of the things is he infinitely stacks, but he doesn't have defense. But because Goku's going to be dodging anyways, that's what it.
Yeah, it kind of alleviates that, right? It doesn't make him useless for the first, few turns or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, very cool. All right, for my 12 key super attack, I did colossal damage. I did disable the enemy guard, and the only reason I have that on here is simply because every UI Goku in the games has this. So I figured they're going to throw it in there somehow. Maybe it's not going to be in the super attack. It could be in the active skill, which we'll get into later. But I feel like there's going to be something in there with disabling guard. Yeah. It's going to happen no matter what. So, and then I have raised defense for 1 turn for the 12 key super attack. And then for the 18 key super attack, I have mega colossal damage. I have greatly raised defense for 1 turn, and then it gives all allies dodge plus 5% chance for 1 turn.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I did that because it's very similar to what the LR Super Saiyan Goku does, where he gives crit chance to your allies for 1 turn. So now I didn't do a huge increase or anything because, we've seen obviously super attacks where you raise your allies attack by like 25% for 1 turn, which in retrospect, when you calculate it, it's actually really not that huge. But with dodge, I didn't want to do 25% chance because I'm like, well, with dodge and everything and how they calculate it, I just simply said 5%. Maybe you can butt up to 10% if depending on how it potentially could be calculated, but that's just what I decided to go with there. So
if anything, they would meet in the middle at 7.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. I mean, 7 is the lucky number they always use here in Japan anyway. So sure, let's go with 7%.
Yeah.
All right. Then so, what do you got for like an active skill or some kind of transformation or something like that?
So for active skill, it's when he yells at Jiren that he won't forgive those who threatens my friends. Causes ultimate damage to enemy and raises attack by 59% and evades all enemy attacks for 1 turn. Can be activated starting from the 4th turn of the battle, and HP is 50% or less once ult.
All right, I can get behind that. All right. So my active skill is just a little bit more generic, but I figured it will obviously look cool and fancy and everything because, they're going to put voice acting in there and everything. But mine can be activated after 4 turns, no HP restrictions or anything. Great, what I know it's technically, in Japanese, you see it as super greatly raising your attack or defense or however it is. English translations are a little different. But regardless, whatever the equivalent of that is, raising the attack and defense for 1 turn and key plus 24.
Okay. So you kind of went with Tech Broly.
Kind of a Tech Broly aspect of it, yes. Yes, that's exactly what I went with. So, yeah. Because again, you're getting that huge raise in attack and defense that, I figured just get him the 24 key super attack, which is obviously his most powerful. You're getting a ton of extra attack there and everything. You're basically good to go. So.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I figure we don't really need to go over links unless you have some really uber's like surprise link that you'd put on Goku compared to his normal UI Goku cards or anything.
No.
Nope.
But because I did do 3 key, it is like but his links make up for it because he has Prepare for Battle and TOP.
All right. Okay. Which I think most people would expect from a UI Goku these days. So. One thing I did forget to say about my Goku is that I personally have him as a physical card, actually. So I want the super physical for that particular card. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get into our Vegeta cards now. Would you go ahead and give us your leader skill?
Okay, so mine is physical. Again, he also has will to protect, but he's going to lead pure Saiyans the same amount, 3 key, 170.
Okay. All right. So again, mine's actually very similar because I think most of us potentially see that they're going to do that with the Goku and Vegeta. I did my limit break category or ascension category or whatever you want to call it, essentially, or pure Sans key +4 stats up 150, just like beforehand. Okay. So why don't you go and give us your passive?
My passive is Evolution of Godly Power. Defense plus 200% at the start of turn, launches an additional super attack, and gains attack plus 15% with each attack performed up to 105%. And then attacks always connect and disables enemy guard.
Okay. All right. Very cool. For mine, I started off with the attack and defense plus 100% at the start of the turn. Do up to 2 additional attacks. None of them can be super attacks, so that's very similar to what you've seen from the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta that we currently have, and it's even part of the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta card. That's where they kind of took that passive part of that passive right there, so I figured he's gonna keep it. So but again, it's no essays though, so it's just simply 2 normal attacks. However, I kind of do what you do, where for every attack that you do yourself, so that you actually connect, I increase his attack by 7% for a total of 70% in total.
Okay.
And then when facing off against a USS category enemy or extreme enemy, you auto crit. Because the AGL one currently, it does have something where for every attack that you do, your crit chance goes up. So I kind of brought that along there, and I always like having that. So yeah, and especially, and again, I forgot to say what typing he is, but for me, it would be AGL. So this would kind of be a good incentive if you only get 1 copy, that, hey, you can at least get some criticals on your AGL unit if you don't have dupes into him. So
so for my 12, okay, Nano's gonna love me for these. So my 12 key super is just Final Flash. He greatly raises attack, causes colossal damage to enemy, and lowers attack defense. My 18 is Final Atonement. Greatly raises attack, causes mega colossal damage to 1 enemy, and greatly lowers attack.
Okay.
So I did 1 enemy because he only did it against Topo.
Right.
So it was only 1 enemy.
All right. I can get behind that. All right.
So my Vegeta is essentially just flipped Goku.
Yeah. Okay. Which would make sense. All right. For mine, I went with 12 key super attack would be colossal damage, raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Nothing else just for that, just because it's a 12 key super attack. 18 key super attack, mega colossal damage, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, raises allies attack for 25% for 1 turn. That's the same level that you'd see on something like God Topo, AGL Super Vegito, all that stuff. So I personally went with that for his 18 key super attack.
Okay.
All right, and then why don't you go ahead and give us your final kind of active skill, transformation, whatever they potentially plan to do.
This is like when he was going into evolution. I told him I would keep my promise, and he's referring to Kaba. Causes ultimate damage to enemy and raises attack by 59%, and guards against all enemy attacks for 1 turn, and then can be activated starting from 4th turn, and HP is 50 or less. Okay.
All right, very cool. For my active skill, it's kind of just very similar to Goku. Can be activated after 4 turns. Again, in Japanese directly translated is greatly raising, or massively raising, however you want to translate it. Essentially, your attack and defense for 1 turn, and then key plus 24. So yeah. But that would be his active skill, because again, like we saw with Super Saiyan 4, Goku and Vegeta, basically mirror versions of each other. Just one was more focused on defense, one was more focused on offense. But I think with the way that Goku, how Ui Goku works and how Evolution Blue Vegeta works, it is actually going to be flopped this time, where Vegeta would be more focused on attack and Goku would probably be more focused on defense, even though it's basically dodging. So
yeah.
So all right. So anyway, guys, that is basically it for the video, though. It's kind of a short one. But we just wanted to kind of give you our thoughts and opinions on what we thought a Ui Goku and what we assume to be Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. If it's not, I would be super shocked. And
I would be too.
Yeah, I would just be like, oh, all right, well, I guess we're not seeing that this year then. But anyway, we'll know within the next few days. By the time you guys are seeing this recording, we have about 5 days left or so before we see the reveal stream and everything, which is also when the actual banners will probably drop right after the live stream. If you guys obviously haven't seen the in-game news or anything, or follow any of us on Twitter, essentially. Over on 5-9, Sly and I will be there along with Truth, Noir, Gresh. Everybody will be doing a live reaction to it and everything. Gresh and I will be translating everything. And yeah, any last minute words to to give to our viewers?
Good luck to everyone that summons. I hope y'all saved, because Pike Hunnage and Number were not all that.
Nope, unfortunately not. I think the only reason that it even hit top grossing was because everyone just bought the sales and saved their stones for the 6th year, probably. So.
Also, please give an LR Kefla thanks.
I figured you'd say that. So anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, what are your thoughts for a Ui Goku, a Evolution Blue Vegeta, or if you even want to, give us a part 2 LR. I think Sly might be making one eventually, but I personally never care about the part 2 LRs. So, but we all know he just wants a Kefla. So it is what it is. So anyway, guys, that is gonna be it for the video though. Again, let us know your thoughts below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, we'll see you all in the next one. Johnny.